What's going on, Pokemon collectors? Welcome back to my channel. Link Light here with another Pokemon video. Today is a For the Love of Pokemon episode where we cover Pokemon artwork because my favorite thing about Pokemon is the illustrations. On today's episode, we're switching it up and talking about the 2001 Pokemon Versus set. And this set only came in Japanese. The Pokemon Versus set was released on July 19, 2001, and it featured 151 Pokemon cards. This set featured 20 different Pokemon trainers. This was the 11th Japanese Pokemon set released, and it was the first to have the E-Card series layout, and it was also the first to have the first edition stamp. The Japanese Versus set had 3 different boxes you could buy: Fire and Water, Grass and Lightning, and Psychic and Fighting. Today, we will be covering the trainers Falkner, Bugsy, and Whitney. Artwork number 1 is Falkner's Pidgeot. Now let's dive into the artwork that was illustrated by Nishida. I really love how you have the sun set or the sun rising in this photo. Then you have, I believe that's like a mountain in the background. And you have Pidgeot on top of a tropical tree. That's what it looks like. So maybe it's somewhere obviously warm. So let me know in the comments, what would you rate Falkner's Pidgeot? Artwork number 2 is Falkner's Pharaoh, and Falkner's Pharaoh was illustrated by Nishida. Now let's dive into the artwork. Not really much going on besides Pharaoh is probably at some mountainside and flying above water, so not too much going on here. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on Falkner's Pharaoh? Artwork number 3 is Falkner's Farfetch'd, and again, this was illustrated by Nishida. Now let's dive into the artwork. You have Farfetch'd in the forefront, not really sure what's going on. Usually it uses its like bone in its hands, but for some reason in its mouth, so it's a little different. Then obviously I believe we're at like its trainer's house. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate Falkner's Farfetch'd on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 4 is Falkner's Dodrio, and this was illustrated by Nishida. Now let's dive into the artwork. Clearly you have Dodrio in the forefront of this artwork, and it looks as if it's running in a sandy area, maybe Egypt, because it looks like there's some pyramids in the background. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate Falkner's Dodrio on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 5 is Falkner's Togetic, and Falkner's Togetic was illustrated by Nishida. Let's dive into the artwork a little bit. Clearly, you have Togetic flying in the air because you see there's some clouds, and this is the Pokemon's in the forefront. So again, not really much going on. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 6 is Falkner's Delibird, and Falkner's Delibird was illustrated by Nishida. Now let's dive into the artwork a little bit. This is probably my favorite of all the artworks because it's just so much going on here. You have clearly Delibird in the forefront. It's enjoying a winter wonderland. Then you have some cabins in the background, which is maybe it's its Pokemon trainers. Then you have the tree in the background, so it's pretty dope. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate Falkner's Delibird on a scale of 1 through 10? Hollow number 7 and the last of Falkner's Pokemon cards is Falkner's Skarmory, and this was illustrated by Nishida. If you look at the artwork, it's really just Skarmory in the forefront, so let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 8 is Bugsy's Butterfree, and Bugsy's Butterfree was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now let's dive into the artwork. I really enjoy how you have a very, a lot of colors going on here. You have the baby blue sky, then you have the flowers, and obviously Butterfree in the forefront. So it's a very, pretty dope artwork. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 9 is Bugsy's Beedrill, and Bugsy's Beedrill was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now let's dive into the artwork. You have Beedrill in the forefront, and it must be in some gigantic cocoon because it's a very yellow background. So let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 10 is Bugsy's Pinsir, and Bugsy's Pinsir was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now for the artwork, I'm not really sure what's going on with Pinsir. Maybe it got trapped in a sand pit, or it's like climbing out of something because it was probably, dug stuff underground. but I do enjoy how you have like the safari greens in the background and obviously the dirt. So it's a pretty cool effect here. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 11 is Bugsy's Lydian, and this card was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now let's dive into the artwork. I really love how you kind of like almost have three layers. You have the top layer, which is the night sky with the stars. Then at the bottom layer, I'm guessing that's from Lydian, the Pokemon flying in the air. Maybe that's what that is. And at the bottom, I'm not really sure. You have some black and red dots. Maybe that's like a tree that is going on. But this Pokemon to me has always been super cool. It's like a ladybug superhero, so it's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 12 is Bugsy's Yama. And Bugsy's Yama was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now let's look at the artwork. You have the Pokemon in the forefront, and you have like some type of weird pattern going on here. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 13 and the last of Bugsy's Pokemon is Bugsy Scizor, and this was illustrated by Umi Mento. Now let's look at the artwork. Clearly it's a hollow, so there's not really much going on, but I really enjoy how Scizor is looking up at something. Let me know in the comments, what do you think Scizor is looking at? And again, let me know, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 13 is Whitney's Clefable, and Whitney's Clefable was illustrated by Tanaka. Now for the artwork, it's pretty cool. You have Clefable looking happy as ever in the forefront, but there's a lot of like weird colors in the background. You have the green, orange, and a little bit of purple, and like a light bluish green background. So it's pretty cool colors here. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 15 is Whitney's Wigglytuff, and this Wigglytuff was illustrated by Tanaka. Now for the artwork, you have clearly Wigglytuff in the forefront, looking happy as ever, and I really enjoy how it has the dark blue background with the stars coming out, so that's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 16 is Whitney's Persian, and this was illustrated by Tanaka. Now for the artwork, you have Persian clearly in its trainer's house. I really enjoy how you have, like a light blue colored rug, and you have the green wall, and then obviously there's the tile, like a beige colored tile, and then you have the Pokemon, doing cat-like stuff, stretching, so pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 17 is Whitney's Licky Tongue, and this was illustrated by Tanaka. Now for the artwork, you have clearly again the Pokemon in the forefront, but it's like again with the trippy color vibes going on. You have some green, light blue, some white, red, a little bit of purple, a lot really going on with a trippy background. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 18 is Whitney's Furret, and this was illustrated by Tanaka. And it's pretty cool with the artwork because you have the Pokemon in the forefront sleeping on this red carpet, and you have my favorite color, yellow, so they have yellow walls in this Pokemon trainer's house. Then you have two little plants next to the Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Artwork number 19 is of course Whitney's Miltank, and this was illustrated by Tanaka. Now for the artwork, it's pretty cool because you have Miltank on a farm, you have a blue sky with a little bit of clouds, and you have a lot of grass, which Miltank really loves. So let me know in the comments, what would you rate this artwork on a scale of 1 through 10? Well, there you have it, Pokemon collectors. Another episode of For the Love of Pokemon comes to an end. Let me know in the comments which of these 19 artworks was your favorite and which Pokemon trainer was your favorite. Was it Bugsy, was it Falkner, or was it Whitney? And again, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.